going on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing another figure review. And today we're doing something a little different. We're known for the wrestling action figures here, but this one kind of is a little bit of a crossover. So we got the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Sergeant Slaughter. I was really excited for this one. So I had this pre-ordered on another site. I saw Big Bad Toy Store, had them in stock. I think they were $35 each. I think they're retailing for about that same price. Shipping was like $4, so I jumped on it, ordered two. Very excited to get this in. I thought we were going to see these a lot later. But so I did have the Valaverse figures, and they were okay. Don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on them. I mean, I'm not like jumping and saying you have to pick one or the other, but something about them was just not quite sitting right with me. I did, you know, I like them, but again, something about the material and the joints were just really stiff. They just weren't really like posable, and that kind of threw me off with them. And I'll be honest, I've been trying to quit the classified line for the longest. It's not I don't like the figures. I only have so much room. Funds are getting tight because these figures just keep going up. So it's kind of like I have to make a choice as far as where I'm going to go. Obviously, wrestling action figures are my passion. That will always be my number one. I do collect Marvel Legends. That's probably my number two. I had a Power Ranger collection. I kind of stopped that. You know, got all of the original Rangers. And I kind of cherry-picked the classified line, so I figured this would be a fun one to review. We can compare him versus not only the Valaverse, but we do have a ton of Mattel Sergeant Slaughters that we can compare him with. So this is going to be a fun one, a little different, kind of, again, of a bit of a crossover. So hopefully we get some of the G.I. Joe Hasbro fans checking this video out, and obviously my WWE fam here. But the box, listen, I love the artwork on here. This looks phenomenal. I love the images of Sarge, the comic image, the cartoon. Very iconic. I hate all cardboard. I don't know what the solution's going to be. It just doesn't look premium. This was a $34 figure, and I think that's what it's going to retail in stores in the 30s, and that's saying a lot. That's a lot of money for one toy, and I feel like we're really getting up there, and this is why I feel like a lot of people are going to start making choices as far as maybe do they collect less lines, maybe do they focus on what they really are passionate about, just like me, it's wrestling action figures. But again, the images do look great. I just wish we kind of had like a little bit of a window box or just something. Even that I think would kind of take away from it. It just doesn't look that premium. But I do like the images on the front. You'll see the G.I. Joe Classified line here. Sergeant Slaughter, Hasbro. Flipping the other side, I love this. The awesome image of Sarge, kind of the close-up. You get the reflection of the fighter jets in his glasses. That is beautiful. Absolutely love it. No complaints there. On the other side, you'll see the Sergeant Slaughter name tag here, number 53, G.I. Joe. And on the back, you get the awesome images of the figure itself, different posing, and the different accessory pieces he does come with. I will say, I've seen some horror stories of people opening these Hasbro figures, maybe not this Sergeant Slaughter. I saw one guy order a figure from Amazon and was repacked with something. Like, I don't know how this happens, but again, I hope we find a happy medium because this is not really doing it yet. But anyways, enough chatting. Let's get Sarge out of the packaging. When you get Sarge out of the packaging, this is how it's going to look. So again, there is no plastic within the box, and that even includes the inside of the packaging. So you can see he comes in this cardboard kind of insert. You can take him out, and he has like these kind of, I don't know, they feel like some type of recycled good, like ties. They're not plastic. It's supposed to be environmentally friendly or something like that. But you can see he has a star in the back. That is how you'll have your Slaughter. He is all kind of tied in like he's in a prison or something. Kind of like Rambo. But I thought that was pretty interesting. And you can see you do get this kind of like little cardboard box that will hold all of your accessories in there. So you get your typical kind of, I guess this is wax. I don't know what this is made out of. Paper. This will hold all of the accessories that come with Sergeant Slaughter. There are some additional pieces in here as well. Again, you can see the inside of the box. You'll have different cardboard kind of layouts where they glue, tape the whistle and the staff onto. I'm assuming one of these is going to be the gun, and I don't know what the other one in here looks like. His glasses. Really? They use this whole big thing just to hold the sunglasses in there? But that'll be interesting. So we are going to have to cut these out of the actual cardboard. But let's rip open this bag and take a look at the accessories in here. So it looks like this will hold all of your interchangeable hands. You get a set of open hands here. You guys can see that. You also do get a set of pointing hands, very important for your Sergeant Slaughter. Also a pair of, I guess, weapon holding hands. You can see he's got like trigger fingers on there to hold his AK-47. You get the hat, brown Sergeant Slaughter hat with a Sergeant logo on the front there. Got a nice little black strap going around it. It's kind of a softer, definitely not softer than the Valiverse figure for sure, but not too firm, not too loose. I do like the way that hat feels. You also do get the magazine for the rifle. It is removable, and I don't know if this is a scope or another piece you will attach to the gun once we get it out. I'm assuming it's in one of these pieces of cardboard. And you also do get a mini Sergeant Slaughter figure in a G.I. Joe carding. That is pretty awesome. I do like the way that looks. You can see it on the back. Looks like an official G.I. Joe figure. Means I want to come back and get all these other accessories off the cardboard. Now we have Sarge all decked out with his accessories, and he does look freaking sweet. So I was able to get the other accessories out of the cardboarding. You can see he does have the staff here. It's got a nice piece of gold kind of coloring here on the end. Looks like a metallic kind of finish. I do like that. It's got the handle, and it's got the kind of brown paint along the staff itself. So that looks pretty cool. You can have him pose in his arms. I do like the way that looks. Additionally, here is the rifle. You can see he's got some nice paint detailing as well. It's got the brown on the handle and on the little handle piece over here underneath. Sorry, I don't know that much about these type of weapons, but that is some nice detail and add to it. So here is the magazine, and you can port it in right like this, like so. And that'll make for some great figure photography if you want to kind of have them reloading or throwing a new magazine in there. That looks pretty cool. And you do get this other extra piece that does kind of slap on here on the side. Is it up here? Sorry, it's over here. That will port in through here on the top, and you will see how that looks. It looks pretty cool. Again, I'm not a big gun guy, so forgive me for not knowing all the terminology, but I do like how this actually comes together. If I can snap it, and there you go. It's in there real good. Again, I do like the attention to detail on such small weapons. It just looks really nice. And you can interchange the hands as well and kind of have them holding the gun or holding the staff itself. But moving on to the figure itself, let's bring him in a little closer. You get a better look. I love that scan. It looks so like iconic G.I. Joe, Drill Sergeant, Sergeant Slaughter. Again, the hat is removable. The sunglasses are nice. They are brown, and they got a tint of silver going on those aviators. Looks really clean. That came out real nice. He's got the whistle on there. Look at these freaking big guns, man. He's got some big arms with a black tank. Got the white belt with the camo pants. Absolutely love that. Look at the boots. Just really good. I mean, like I said, I've been trying to quit the classified line for the longest, and they just keep roping me back in. I had to grab two of these. You know, one to kind of mess around with for photos, and one to keep on my display shelf, and I'm glad I did. I really do like how this came out. And look at that scan. We'll bring him real close. Such a good likeness of Sergeant Slaughter. And again, for those who have the Valiverse figures, remember they are based on kind of an older Sergeant Slaughter. This is more of his G.I. Joe younger days, so you will notice the difference when we bring that figure in during comparisons. It's a lot older of a scan. This is young Sergeant Slaughter, again, in the G.I. Joe days, and it really looks great. And just posing Sarge with some different accessories, so you have him here with the staff. And you got Sarge holding his rifle, ready to go to work against Cobra. Starting us off with our comparisons, I figured it'd be nice to compare him with some other G.I. Joe classified figures. So on the left, we have Stalker, and on the right, we have Flint. We have Roadblock and Duke, and you can see how much bigger Sarge is than Duke, and how he is still a tad smaller than Roadblock. Here we have Cobra Commander and Storm Shadow, and again, you can see how much bigger Sarge is than the other two. Moving on to some Mattel WWE Sergeant Slaughter. So on the left, we have the Legends figure, and on the right, we have the Turncoat Elite Sergeant Slaughter, and you can see how much bigger the Mattel is versus the G.I. Joe classified line, obviously, which is a smaller scale. We also have one of my favorite Mattel figures in my collection, the Ultimate Edition San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Sergeant Slaughter, and again, you can see how much bigger the Ultimate is versus the classified figure. Here's a quick zoom up of the head scans with the hat and glasses removed. I think they all have such a great likeness to Sergeant Slaughter. Very good job by Hasbro and Mattel. And here's a comparison I'm sure a lot of you guys wanted to see. So we have the Valiverse figure here on the left versus the G.I. Joe Classified Series figure here on the right. You can see, obviously, the most glaring thing is the scale. So the Valiverse figure is a lot smaller. in proportion, not only height, but even the girth as far as the size in the arms and the chest. You can see how much bigger the classified figure is. And again, this is based on a comic where he's a lot older in his run. I think he's retired and he comes back to lead a group. Again, this wasn't a bad figure. I did like it when I first got it in hand. I never really cared for the articulation. I always felt this figure was very stiff, but it is a solid looking figure, and they are very similar. This was another issue I didn't like. The gun was always popping out of the holster. But you can see very similar figures in some sense. That's another issue. The glasses kept popping off. The classified figure is just better put together without a question. Even look at the head scan. So we will remove the hat and glasses off of both. I never even liked this hat. I feel like this was another issue. This hat was just too damn stiff. You can't even bend it. Versus this one, it's got more pliability. But if we can zoom in a little bit, or I'll just bring him in closer to the camera. Look at the differences in the scans. And look, like I said, obviously this is based on older Sergeant Slaughter, and it's got a decent likeness to him. But the classified figure blows it out of the water. It's not even a comparison. Again, you're going to see the size on the arms, the attire. I mean, they can live in both universes. You can have both figures. I'm not saying you have to pick one or the other, but I know, like I said, in this economy, we can only buy so many action figures. So if you want to know which one to purchase, which is the better figure, in my opinion, you may disagree. That's okay. I'm going to go with the classified figure. Personally, I think I'm actually going to get rid of the Valverse out of my collection because I just don't need two of them, and this is the more iconic one that I want. And in case anyone was curious, yes, you can put the revolver in the classified Sergeant Slaughter from your Valverse. It does look pretty nice. You could probably even slide on the holster too. Before we finish up here with some final thoughts, just a quick reminder, if you guys haven't already, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button down below. For all you guys new to the channel, I appreciate you guys checking out this video review. Hope you guys will subscribe and stick around for more reviews coming down the road. To each and every one of you guys who have been following me and subscribing on all my social media platforms, I appreciate you guys. I hope I can continue to give you these awesome reviews, and I hope they help you kind of make a decision whether you want to add a figure to your collection or not. But as far as this Sergeant Slaughter figure goes, highly recommended. To me, there are really no gripes. I love everything about it. It comes with a lot of great accessories. I mean, if there's one kind of complaint, it's the box. I don't really like the presentation as far as once you get them out of the packaging, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm a loose collector. For you mock collectors, I get it. It is a little discouraging to go out there, and especially for the price point there, it's only going up. But this is your definitive Sergeant Slaughter. Hasbro really surprised us out of nowhere with this figure. Is it my favorite Slaughter I own? I'm still going to go to the slight edge with the Ultimate Edition because I'm more of a WWE action figure collector, but no gripes about it. Definitely go add the Slaughter to your collection. Even if you don't collect the classified line, I really dig it. I hope we get some more different versions of Sarge down the road. But anyways, I appreciate you guys checking this video review. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok for more great figure content. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll catch you all on the next one.